Okay,
Yeah,
so,
I'm recording.
all right, ready, everybody?
Oh,
Can I do the countdown?
Okay, you can do the countdown.
Okay, tell me when.
All right, go
Count me
ahead.
down to the countdown. Okay.
All right, three, two, one, countdown time.
Three, two, one.
Hello and welcome to 1010, the podcast where we talk about all things pony and a few things not. I'm your host, Duhad. Joining me today are the wonderful Firebolt,
hello.
the Lightning Rabbit. Okay, that's good enough. And our special guest star, Creative Pony, also known
Uh,
as Lost Haven if you are into that sort of thing.
uh,
You went and,
hello,
Uh,
everyone.
yeah.
you went and did it.
Creative Pony here is an artist on DeviantArt as well as a former artist for Philly Games and a number of other projects. He's currently involved in several projects of varying levels of interest. He's a exceptionally talented artist who deserves all of your love and respect. There's a link to his
All
site
of
in the
it.
Though he
descriptions.
probably
I
won't get
demand
it.
it.
Yeah, you let's face it, you people are not going to actually go and look at his site, but
Wow.
I know I'm judging you all harshly. Prove me wrong by going to his DeviantArt account and leaving a
There'll be a
description
link
saying,
appearing on the screen here, and here, and here.
yeah. So
And
go and do that and prove me wrong. Otherwise, I'm right and you're all wrong. Ah ha ha ha.
and you don't
Okay,
want
so how
that.
much do I owe you for the free commercial?
I have no idea. Something. Oh, doing that artwork. Oh, how about
Oh, yeah.
that? Okay. In all honesty, though, creative. You are one of the many people who does art for My Little Pony. How did you get into doing that?
Well, you see, first I started watching My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, and then
Oh,
I started drawing My Little Pony Friendship is Magic characters.
that's
Did you
Wow, I would
legit,
have
yeah.
never guessed.
did you
Honestly, it wasn't that big of a thing. What I would do, because I got into it season one in high
hmm,
school, and I found the show because of another friend. And that's a long story between how I actually started watching the show, but you asked the drawing question.
hey,
Basically, he wanted to know how to draw stuff, and at the time I was already about a year into drawing myself, and so I started showing him stuff, and then I was like, 'cause and I just started putting it online, and that's what happened. I just
do
kind of
you
snowball
so
effect.
you just sort of started drawing for the show because hey, why not? You were
Yeah,
already drawing and it was
yeah. Well, because like I was just doing it like on paper and stuff for a friend, showing him how to do it, and then looking online and stuff, and I'm like, I wonder. And I just started putting it online, and
well, thank goodness for that because your artwork is extremely lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, what were you
lovely,
drawing before My Little Pony?
boring art things like life drawing, still art, all that fun
Mm.
stuff. I mean, other things too. I was still into character animation before that, so I mean,
But
I
you
would say Powerpuff Girls. I drew
Okay.
Powerpuff Girls for like a month, and then I discovered MLP, and then
so
I was like,
you were already on the Faust train then.
I guess so, yeah.
Is that what we're calling it now? The Faust train?
All aboard the Faust
Faust
train.
train.
It works because if you're German and you translate the whole
Choo
thing to German,
choo.
it becomes like 20% more completely metal.
I was gonna say, isn't Faust like? I always think of Panzerfaust when I hear
Yeah, it's the
Faust.
you know Panzerfaust is awesome because
Company Heroes. We're playing Company
translates as
Heroes.
No, we're
it
not.
translates to Panther Fist,
Yeah, it's
which is
like
the greatest name
she
for
is.
a character.
She's Lauren Fist.
Yeah,
I
exactly. She's
just
Lauren
remembered that
Fist.
because we talked about this earlier, and I knew what it meant earlier. But yeah, she's
Yeah, Lauren Fist is the creator of My Little Pony.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, no, she's not. But
Well,
imagine when
okay, no,
they.
I
Well,
mean she's
she.
the person who created
You know,
Gen.
on, now I'm gonna sound bad, and people are gonna hate me for this, but you know when you write people's last names first on registers,
no.
Yeah.
it'll
No,
be you can swap the name around. Just
no,
yeah.
don't make that joke.
I couldn't
Wait,
help it. It was there. It presented itself to me. I took the
did I
opportunity.
miss an obvious joke? Because I have no
Yes,
idea.
Yeah.
Lauren
Because this is
Fist.
this.
Change it round, as in when you write it on a register, you write their second name first. There we
Uh,
go. Okay. Is it out in the open enough now? Now I'm gonna get slated because
I still don't. Oh, I'm done. By the way,
My
Bonnie's
God, they actually did it.
Oh,
They did. They have Japanese pony manga now.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, I
I'm
saw
sure
that.
they already had unofficial Japanese pony manga,
It's
right
official
off.
But now it's
Japanese manga in
official.
English.
Yeah.
Also, my mouse has stopped working properly.
There you go, Japan. You've officially made comic versions. Let's see if you can manage to beat the IDW comics. Here's a hint:
Well,
you can't.
I
I
don't
think
know.
it
This
will
is pretty
just it's
cool looking.
Japanese.
Go to hell, you weeaboo.
You loser.
Whoa! Let's not jump to hasty
Well,
conclusions.
and you just lost half your subscribers.
Yeah, probably. Well, bye,
The views
subscribers.
of Doohad do not represent End to End in any way. It represents only his own views.
They have made it clear several times throughout the show that I don't like anime.
You don't like it at all? Man.
No,
I don't like it
I
either.
don't
But
like
I like
it.
some of the stories.
The thing is, I don't generally like it. I mean, like broad strokes, I don't like it. Though I can definitely point to like a half dozen examples of anime shows that I've watched that I actually really did enjoy. But as I said before on the show, as a rule of thumb, I don't particularly like the particular art style. Like, not like I know there's a lot of styles in Japanese animation, but there's a general theme that you kind of get, and I don't really like that very kind of
That culture that's in the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, and like the writing is very culturally based, and I
Yeah,
don't.
the reason I don't like it though is more of a technical basis
Hmm.
for how it's actually produced, not necessarily the stories. Because I'm a big fan of Miyazaki. I think he's the exception for everyone.
Yes,
Like
Saki is amazing.
the KyoAni shows are pretty cool because that was like the first animated things that I really got into. So I can't really diss those because if it wasn't for those, I wouldn't be into the art thing.
Right, fair enough.
Even though they suck if you go back and watch them. But like I don't know. I'm pretty passive against it. I just don't like it when people say it's better because it's
Like, that's the thing that really annoys me when people are like, "It
like
is inherently
they
better
spent half the
because."
money and they spent half the time. Half the thing is just a slideshow. It's like okay,
Mm.
come on.
Yeah,
It's a bit like
that's the
when
thing.
my
Like,
laptop tried playing
there's a
computer
ton
games.
of animation companies in Japan that produce tons and tons of work. Part of that is because they do it on the cheap. They do it really hard on the cheap.
And you got to give them props though, because I mean they do put out whole shows
Yeah, they
for
put
really
shows
cheap.
on shoestring budgets. Like lots and lots of respect for the work that goes into producing that stuff. But
I find it so hard to get into though because I find something which looks quite interesting, and then I go and look it up online, and it's like season 1 to 300.
yeah,
It's like I can't. No, I'll be here
Dude,
half
like
my
you gotta
life.
watch this. It's really good. It's like, oh yeah, okay, I'll look it up on Netflix.
yeah,
No.
nope. God, yeah, no, like that's my problem. My biggest problem with like the comics as well, like the manga comics, like this, like.
I like their mangas.
Like I sometimes like mangas, like they're sometimes all right, but the thing is, like I'll like pick up one and like read it a little bit, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of interesting. I sort of like the story. Let's see here. How many books would I have to buy in order to read this?
Oh yeah.
Five
I only buy
hundred.
like I only buy one-offs or really short series. I don't even pick up the long ones.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like I just like I'll like look into something and it's like, oh, this looks interesting. Oh, nope, nope, nope.
It's like I have a friend. Like if you look at all the Naruto.
Oh my God, yeah. Like,
There's
I have a
like
couple friends who are into the
there's
Naruto
like 60, 70
comics.
books or something like. I don't even know.
It's
It's like
nuts. Like you could fill a
just drop a few
library with
grand
those
to buy the
books.
books.
Yeah, it's insanity. Like I know there are people who have actually read the whole thing, but I just don't like how.
It's
How
like
do you
reading
read all?
Fallout Equestria.
It's longer than Fallout Equestria. It is, and you have to pay for it. Like Fallout Equestria is free.
I was gonna say
Like buying
that's saying
70.
something because Fallout
It's like
Equestria is
20 bucks.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like $20 per book, and like those mangas. So you're paying like what? Oh God, it's like
£500.
no, like way more than that because it's like there's like
Tony!
70 books, and
What
it's
you talking
$20 a
about?
book, thousands of dollars. Okay,
That's why
anyway,
I don't do it. It's
yeah,
just not
irrelevant.
worth the money or the time it takes.
Okay, rant over ponies.
Right over ponies. Hey, love ponies. Okay, so anyway, how you said you kind of hinted that there was a interesting story behind, your getting into the fandom. What is that story? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, basically, it was about halfway through season one, so that's what like 2000, like the beginning of 2011 or something like that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
about the right time.
Yeah, and I had a friend who was already pretty cool friends with mine. There was already like a group of friends, you know. I didn't know about the show at all at this point.
Right.
Right.
I wasn't on like 4chan or any of that at the time. So he showed his friend and me this comic. It was a humanized comic, so of course I didn't recognize it.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't really make any sense to me. I didn't think it was that funny.
Yeah.
Other guy thought it was hilarious, but he also didn't know it was ponies. So then we started talking. I forget how exactly it came up. And I must have seen the word brony somewhere before because I knew what it was.
All right.
It kind of just clicked. I'm like, oh, you're a brony. But I don't even know how I knew that at the time. So like I really kind of turned into that jerk. Was
Mm.
like, you're really gay. Get away from me, please. You know?
Yeah.
But of course I still just stayed friends with him because I wasn't that big of a jerk.
Well, thank God
And,
for that. Lance.
Oh, thank God for you not being a big jerk.
yeah. No, because it was that. I remember it specifically. That was a Friday when I found out. Well, Saturday, I was looking up some videos of something else, and I happened upon Cairo Spawn.
What was correspondent do?
You remember those YouTube videos that were like 6 and 10 second long little clips from the show?
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Happened along those. That was pretty funny. And then I watched a few other videos. And then I was kind of like, I'm being a jerk. So come Monday, I was like apologize to him and stuff. And then that following week, I was just basically indoctrinated.
I love how the tables turn in such a short space of
It went
time.
downhill relatively fast.
And that escalated quickly.
Yeah. The first episode I watched was episode 1.
Good.
So
Yeah.
that's what made me fall in love with it was episode 1.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh.
That's
So I really like the whole
usual.
season 1 thing. That's my favorite season.
Yeah, that was the first one I watched. I remember, like specifically, the first thing I saw was a music video, like a PMV, and then I watched the first episode and I thought I'm gonna have to watch the second because it's a two-parter, and then I proceeded to watch every single episode on the same
Well,
night.
it wasn't like I watched episode 1 then I was like, "Oh my god, this is the best thing ever." I kind of just watched it casually.
Mm.
Uh,
I watched it casually, but it was something new and exciting for me because I was just
Yeah.
like, "What the hell is this?" And I carried on watching it for the whole night just because.
By the time
it was funny because I didn't watch anything online until I didn't see any of the Brony created stuff, any fan created stuff until I already had watched like the first season.
Yeah, same for me. I didn't see any of the art or anything before I watched it.
Yeah.
I just watched it.
Yeah.
Pretty much same here.
The only thing I saw was that one PMV. Then I watched clips from the show, and then I found the artwork and Equestria Daily and stuff later.
Yeah, and by the time season 2, episode 1 came around,
Mm.
I was deep.
He was too deep. He was in too deep.
I mean, then again, I was really late into the fandom. Like,
Yeah.
I think the first
season
episode I ever
3
saw
later.
live was Baby Cakes. I think that was the first one I ever saw live.
Mm.
First one I
Wow.
saw live was what was it? The Pinkie Pie episode. It was a Pinkie Pie episode. It was Cranky Doodle, I think.
I think the
A Friend
first
in
one,
Me.
the first one that I
Friend
saw
Indeed.
live was
Friend in
definitely.
Me. That was the first one I saw on TV.
What
I
was
was
the
so excited because there was a
last-
song and everything, and I was like, "Oh my
Yeah.
god!"
What was the last episode of the first season?
Best night ever.
Best night ever, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that I saw live. I think I might have
Oh.
seen one live before that. I got in quite early.
Funny joke about that. So, by the time season 2 came around, I had thought I watched all of season 1.
Mm.
So this whole time, I'm already listening to music and looking at art stuff by this time, and I keep hearing this Gala song, right? I'm like, when does this happen? I don't get it. I've already watched. So season 2 comes around, and I finally discover I had missed an episode. I was like, what? So I just
You'd missed the
I was-
finale.
yeah. I did the same thing in season 2 for one of the episodes because just the way YouTube is, I skipped an episode, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, how did I miss this? This is so amazing. And
That's
if it
great.
wasn't for that specific thing happening, I probably wouldn't have stayed around for season 2.
Really.
Yeah,
No,
because
Creative, I have to tell
there
you,
was the big break and everything, and
Yeah.
didn't have anything. So
Yeah.
I have to ask you one thing because you're one of the few people that were in for the first season.
Okay.
And I want to know what it was like for the Return of Harmony episode when there was a week in between parts. Because at this point in time, I figure like the fandom would explode if they had to wait in between part 1 and part 2.
I don't remember like exactly because
Yeah. Yeah, I
the
don't
way I
think.
watched them, I didn't like watch them Saturdays online when they
Yeah,
came out.
that's the thing. I came into this
So
thing
like
relatively later, but
cause I do remember I watched both at the same time. I think I probably like made that choice. I'm not sure, but like I don't know.
yeah. So the thing is, I came in relatively later, but I found a number of ways of like finding older, essentially like charting the fandom's records through sites that held a lot of fandom stuff since relatively early on. It didn't really look like there was a huge, there wasn't really a huge like crazy outburst when there was the delay between the first and second part of season two. I mean, I think a minor
I
one,
feel like
but
there would have been now. Like if it was the Candlelight Wedding, if it
yeah, I
was
know that a lot of people like were saying like if it hadn't been for the fact that Carol Wayne was a two-parter, like one after the other, that people would have like freaked the hell out because like of what a twist the end of the
well,
first
yeah. I
one
mean,
was.
the very end of the first episode was just like,
What a twist.
yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best way to end the first part of a two-parter ever.
Mm.
Well, second best way to end the first part of a two-parter ever.
Mhm.
The first is I'm Lucusa Borg, fire, shit like that. There you go. That's the gold standard of
Okay.
two-parters.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying for MLP wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking
That
of
was the
going
best.
off on complete random tangents, currently there is a satellite passing over England that I can see it out of the window. It's like a little
Ah,
light.
cool.
It's
What
got-
satellite? Do you know?
I don't know which one, but it's moving
It's either
extremely
ISS or
fast.
HGV4.
I think
Yeah.
it's probably ISS because it went. No, but that went past in
ISS,
June.
yeah, ISS passes over because it's on a
Well,
highly
if
inclined.
it's the ISS, then it's not a satellite; it's a space station.
Well,
Yeah. Well, the thing
It's
is
no
that
moon. We can all agree on that.
it's
also
not a
there's
moon.
6 people on board, so I mean,
Yeah.
Really?
And none
Yeah.
of us are one of them. Just going to throw that out there.
Unfortunately,
As
I
far
mean,
as you know.
It's not. The internet's very good considering, but you are passing right overhead right
they
now.
have the best internet in the world. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
They're right
Oh,
next door to the satellites.
That's
yeah,
probably,
I mean, yeah,
probably true.
no
They have
atmosphere to
they have
you
no
know get in their
atmosphere in the
way.
way of their internet.
Wow. It's a good point.
Damn
I don't think it's the
atmosphere.
ISS because that passed over in June. It's probably whatever the other one was.
In
Just
June,
imagine like
the
astronauts
ISS
going up
passes
there.
goes around the planet like several times an hour.
I just imagine
Yeah,
like
just go very fast.
astronauts going up into the ISI with like multi-terabyte drives and a laptop and just be like,
Yeah, they
yep,
got like 5G speeds up there,
yeah,
man.
I'm just gonna the
That
download
those
songs.
terabyte hard drives are just full of.
I wasn't going to say that since this is a Muffin Productions, but I was going to imply yes.
It'll get bleeped. By the way, they're blocking that in this country, so the best thing to do is become an astronaut and go up to the International Space Station.
It's a
Really.
good thing you guys have a space program.
Oh yeah, yeah, about that. All of those unmanned satellites, they'll be really
Just
helpful
jam
for me.
that real quick. Just-
That's because all of your like scientists left during World War II, and we got them all.
Yeah.
we
I
stole
think you're
them all.
thinking of Germany, but
Well,
You
still, I
stole
mean,
a load of Germany and then made a bomb and killed everyone.
Well, I think
Throw that out there.
we reserve the right to take scientific slaves from Germany.
I
yeah.
like the fact that Japan actually like they were going to use chemical weapons against the US and then they said that would be too self-destructive on the human race and then America just comes in and obliterates that thought by Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So we know who the real monsters are.
The guys
We were
who
able to
ate
follow through with our-
prisoners.
Yeah.
to be fair, we didn't pick like Tokyo.
Which
Yeah.
actually, there's a reason behind that. It's not because of the population. It's because we bombed it several times already.
Yeah, we
They
didn't
already-
think it would kill enough people.
So the city was already destroyed militarily. That's
Right.
why we bombed Tokyo.
Yeah. We bombed places that we thought would actually basically just like even if Japan didn't immediately surrender, that would hamstring their ability to withstand a fight. Because like
On-
Nagasaki and Hiroshima were major military towns.
yeah,
Well, yeah, it'd be just like I mean, to be
It would
fair,
just be like taking,
like
a
if we
from,
ever got attacked from someone else, it probably wouldn't be like New York or LA that got attacked. It'd be like, you know, the small little cities in like North Dakota
Yeah.
or
It will
Kansas City.
It would
or
depend on what they're trying
with
to.
Montana.
Well, it would
Well,
hit. They'd probably hit somewhere along the coast just because that's the easiest places to hit. But
Yeah.
Well, no, you
Uh,
take out the targets that can hit you back, and that would
Yeah.
be what I'm going into is
Yeah.
missile defense. So I mean,
yeah.
God's
Um,
sake. Well, you
first to
better
go, I'm
protect
the
my
first to go.
country because I don't think we have any missiles left. I think our defense
that's not
budget's just
good.
gone now.
Yeah, make world peace so that Creative doesn't get blown up.
Yeah.
Well, my job is to stop that from happening anyway. So
All right, good.
Oh, good.
What is your job?
currently,
That little beeping, he's actually in the ops room right now listening to the radar. That's what that is.
I'm in pre-MEPS for Air Force.
Oh, nice.
Granddad
Yeah.
was in the Air Force.
So you could be a Air Force brony.
Yeah, I'm wanting to go into space operations.
Oh, dude, cool.
God's
Wait,
sake.
hold on, like astronaut wise or like ground control?
No. That's no. Basically, I would be the mission control for the Air Force.
That's actually also pretty cool. Like mission control's awesome.
Yeah,
Again,
what I want to do with
weirdly,
that
that's
is
exactly
maybe
what Granddad
afterwards try to get a job at NASA or SpaceX or something, because that'd be pretty neat.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I always thought it'd be really cool to go into NASA. I actually minored in space studies when I was in college, and I always thought it'd be cool to work at NASA or something like that.
Yeah.
That's weird. The light has completely changed direction and is now heading off north instead of.
Yeah, you know what? While you guys were down at BronyCon, I was in
That's
Disney World,
weird.
and the Air Force launched a rocket. That was pretty neat.
I think
Oh,
they
cool.
launched a nuclear missile. I was like, oh, I don't remember that thing on the news.
I don't think they launched nukes from Cape Canaveral. Like,
I'd hope they don't. No.
It's like it's part of our plan to secretly build up a stockpile.
yeah,
of nukes
that's
on
what
the
they're
moon.
doing. The space station actually has like 100 nukes on it, all pointed at lightning.
Yeah, we're all pointed at the Soviet Union. That's the thing. They want us to think that that's been gone for the better part of a century now, but no,
Yeah. No, it's
no,
still there.
really, it's still there.
I'm slightly
Well, it's actually
confused.
to
Well,
keep the
the
Soviet Union
Russia.
from coming back alive,
Yeah.
and I don't see the Soviet Union coming back. So I mean, it must be working.
True.
I have a question. Is America sending any stealth bombers over England? Because that thing which I thought was the space station has just flown off in a completely different direction, and I didn't think
It's a
space
UFO.
stations could do that.
Yeah, it's the UFO. It's a UFO, you know.
Well, it is a UFO, but what sort of
gonna be
UFO? Are
completely
we
honest
talking
here, it's-
conspiracy theorist spaceship UFO or just a normal unidentified
Well, when you say conspiracy theory, you can't really include that it's just aliens now, because conspiracy theories have a lot to do with governments. So
Yeah.
it could have been
Unless it
a
would.
government UFO created
Yeah,
to make
unless
it
the
alien.
Saurians have already taken, out our politicians and replaced them.
That could be one of the reptilians. You know.
Yeah, the
I think,
Saurians.
honestly,
Saurians.
looking at our politicians, they're too useless to have been taken over. Like, that's
Oh, no.
them.
Or are they useless because they've been taken over and are deliberately gumming up the bureaucracy?
Honestly, I don't think it would make a difference. They're both just as ineffectual.
I like how we keep coming off the topic.
That's what we do here. That's
Oh,
our job.
okay.
It happens quite frequently.
I will just say
Right,
one
can I
last
just-
thing.
Do I just put my script away because I
Yeah.
had a prepared speech?
Yeah, you can do that in a second. I'm going to bash America some more. Ironically, the one they did actually have a biological weapons program in Japan at the time, and it was like really horrific, like taking all the prisoners of war and experimenting on them. And instead
Yeah.
of prosecuting the people, America bought all of the data that they collected off them and promised not to prosecute anyone. So
Well,
know,
yeah.
America
like if-
doing a
It's
good
either
job.
they do it or we do it. 'Cause
America.
we have to test it somehow.
Yeah.
I know, but they were testing it like on humans, and there's no real. There are other ways of doing it, and
Well,
that
to be
was the
fair, that's
reason
how
America
Japan
didn't
does all
do
this
it.
testing.
We can
Well, I
buy
mean,
it so that we don't have to do it.
I know,
I mean,
but you
also
still
there
didn't
was
prosecute them.
there was no Geneva Convention at the time,
Uh.
so I mean they didn't really care about the prisoners of war.
Yeah. Well, except for
I
the
think
ones
this
that
was after the.
get on
No, it wasn't
eating.
after the Geneva Convention. It was after a convention which was the same, which said you can't use mustard gas and various other things in warfare.
What?
That was after World War One.
I see you changing your avatar.
Wait, who's changed their avatar?
You.
Oh, me? I did? Oh, yeah, on DeviantArt, yeah.
Alright.
Oh, Skype. What? No, it's the same on Skype. It's...
You got 6 views today. Why'd you get 6 views
It's
today?
probably just a high-level bombing run. They're probably gonna drop an air-detonated nuclear device right over my hometown.
Yep.
That's probably what it is.
Right, yeah. You know.
Oh,
as
Over-
they do.
if you
over
hear
London.
a large explosion and then hear my body fusing to the wall over there, then that means that I've died in a
Pretty sure
nuclear explosion.
Don't be
Doesn't everyone in
ridiculous.
LA, doesn't everyone in London have like a bomb shelter, like ready
No,
to go?
this isn't the
Like-
Blitz.
Lightning, don't be ridiculous. Clearly, your microphone would break before that happened.
Yeah, that's true.
When that happens, your microphone will
My
fuse.
point is that we have no real nuclear. Like, there's probably a nuclear bunker somewhere. The only nuclear bunkers that are left are a few in the countryside that were from the Cold War. We don't have any now because we don't make enemies as much as America does.
Well, see, that's why you need to have
See,
your
you
leader-
think that, yet you're allied with us. So if anything happens to us, you're dragged into it.
I know,
Yeah.
but you're also protecting us, so we don't have to do anything.
Our protection
Yeah,
mostly
but
involves
the
like,
problem is with
nuclear
So it's the
military
rest of Europe.
with our military protecting you is something actually has to happen to you first.
Yeah, I hadn't noticed
and then
that.
like and then it'll be like retaliation. But other than that, we're not really like
Well,
we're
what-
not gonna
what
like
will
save the
happen
bullet
is-
for you.
nuclear missiles down.
Well, what happens is the terrorists attack England and take it and like start moving in, and America's like, no, we will save you by, and then we throw a bunch of nukes at England and let's to get rid of the terrorists.
That I can almost imagine that happening. It's like, we'll save you. Launch all the nukes at England to kill the terrorists.
These are also very generic, like GI Joe style terrorists.
like-
They aren't like associated with anyone because we're
It's
not
like-
racists.
And
We
you
must-
see, now England
like
has
Cobra.
decided. England decided to just make it easier for the terrorists to come and get them, and so they don't have to sail across the English Channel. They can just use the tunnel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true enough.
You know, it's like you're not
They have
even
to
an
go through
island
France
anymore because now you're
first.
connected to the land.
And also, you made it available so that Cobra Commander could be your prime minister, which would just make the terrorist jobs
Mhm.
so much easier.
I can just imagine though, like they're in the ops room and it's like, we have to stop the terrorists at any cost. But sir, there's like only 2 terrorists in the whole country, and you're about to kill all of the population of England at any cost. Okay.
hey, you know, here's something really funny?
Mm.
Ponies.
Ponies,
Oh,
yeah. So there's this thing called My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic.
this thing called
It's
being
going to
on
be
top.
hitting a 4th season pretty soon.
Yeah.
Oh my God, 4th season! You know what?
Oh.
I've had this on I've had this on my computer ever since it was actually released. It's the countdown.
Oh yeah, I've got that.
What's it
It's
at right now?
102 days, 18 hours, 49 minutes, and 30 seconds.
102 days? I can't wait that
So
Yes,
long.
John-
102 days.
Extremely impatient.
That's like a quarter of a year or something.
That's like almost a century or something, isn't
Did
it?
you guys see the pictures released for
No.
season 4, episode 1?
No.
I've only seen the animatic. That's the only thing official
Not
I've
that.
seen.
No. Something else that was released like way back. It was before Equestria Girls came out.
No,
That's
it's
Have
not.
you got a link
Find it.
to it?
No, not a link. I have the picture.
Well,
Okay,
that'll do
alright.
then.
All right, I'll post
That's
it.
all
and
I
we'll-
needed to hear.
We'll bring it up on the big screen so that our fans can
I'll
see.
probably
it
get in
as well.
trouble because I was told not to share it.
Just
But-
I
but
don't think
I-
it's a big deal at this point though, because the animatic was really put out.
wait, don't who told you not to show it? Unless it was like Hasbro themselves. Who else has that
Oh.
authority?
I have to find it. I have so many pictures.
It was Lauren Faust when during their weekly.
Oh,
TV.
yeah.
I'm actually married. I'm actually Craig McCracken.
Oh, jeez.
Hi guys. Oh, I found
Oh
it.
god.
Oh man, like this is great.
I have a friend
Yeah.
Oh,
called...
wait,
No.
damn it! I can't do that.
What?
If it's a link, I can click on the link, but I can't download.
Don't worry,
any
I'll
files.
describe the scene for you.
Great.
Yeah, well, it's gonna take a while to download, but
Jesus.
yeah.
Is it that big? Yeah.
3
This
minutes.
is for this is episode 1. See, what's interesting is like there's
We already know what's gonna happen on episode 1, so it's not like.
Yeah, isn't that the when Luna comes back?
Yeah, that's the Nightmare Moon episode.
Yeah. So like
Is it? Oh,
Wait, hold on, wait.
it might.
who told you that?
They've already said that the first episode of season 4 is going to be a direct continuation from the last episode of season 3.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, if you look at the animatics, it has which episode it is in the bottom.
Yes, it does.
So that's how you
So-
know.
Yeah,
That's how you
So
know
we know
she's back.
that the Scootaloo Can't Fly episode is episode 5. Episode 6 is the Super Ponies, and the Apple to the Core song will happen during episode 9. At some
Wait,
point.
so episode 1 is the Lula one? The Lula.
And yeah, episode 1 is
I'm
Nightmare Moon.
mincing my words.
Episode 1 and 2 basically they're gonna be connected.
Well, it's like the
Where
the
did you
original-
find this?
Wait, hold on.
Creative.
Don't worry about it.
Is it the original
yeah.
Nightmare Moon or is it like the new Nightmare Moon 2?
I don't know.
You know,
I don't know. Like a lot of
it's-
people are saying
oh.
it's just.
It's a
flashback?
flashback. It's got to be a flashback.
No, it can't be a flashback because look at
Just from what
Cadence.
Luna said. Just
No,
from what Luna said
look
during
at-
the
yeah,
animatic,
look-
it just
look
sounds
at-
like she's
I
talking
know,
to
but yeah,
Celestia.
it doesn't sound like she's talking to Twilight directly because she has nothing to do with sunlight, and she
I don't
talks
know,
about
'cause
sunlight.
no, look at the picture though.
Yeah, look at the picture. That's clearly that can't be season. Oh, see here, hold on. It
That
depends on.
could be anything happening
Well,
that's
no,
a
look,
big
look
disaster.
at Cadence. Look at Cadence. Cadence is clearly not a tiny baby. So that means they can't have been the original thing because Cadence was like a teenager when.
Are we sure? Where did you get these pictures?
Don't worry about it.
I do worry about it, Creative. Just, is this like some? We're gonna get like some massive cease and desist, and there's gonna be government agents breaking in my house, and they're gonna find some
Yeah, I mean,
suspect
Hasbro's
things.
just gonna like break through the roof and like take him hostage.
They care
They've got
super
Hasbro
hard.
agents that come in with like machine guns
All
and
right, hold
just
on.
like,
On the one hand, clearly this is the Crystal Empire.
yeah. Well,
But
it was the Crystal
yeah,
Empire. It's looking a
yeah,
bit
it looks
broken.
kind of messed up. But here's the thing: like we know that Luna was turned into Nightmare Moon after the Crystal Empire disappeared,
Okay.
and we
Yeah.
know that Appaloosa was founded within the lifetime of the characters on the show,
Right.
and we know
Right.
that Cadence is at least she was a teenager when Shining Armor was.
She
made.
appeared to be a teenager.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
she
they could,
appears to
they could
be
just
like-
they could like shrug that off
Do-
and
do
say,
you-
yeah, that didn't actually happen.
They're not going to shrug off the entire second season finale to go like, oh yeah, no.
It wasn't the second season finale. It was
Look,
like a
look.
short little flashback
No,
clip from when
think about
Twilight
this.
was a filly, and they
Think
could
about
just
this.
easily just
Think
shake
about this.
that
What you're
off.
saying is that every single scene in this picture, the Crystal Empire not having been disappeared, Appaloosa existing, and Cadence being, an
She's got a
adult
different
in this picture,
hairstyle, by the way.
all of these things will just be brushed over by saying like, oh yeah, no, it was totally just like that was all BS before.
Well, okay, here's the thing, and this is an unconfirmed source. I'm not going to tell you who I heard this from.
Right.
All these unconfirmed sources.
From what I heard about season 4 is that they're going to be focusing a lot, like not just the first episode, not just the second episode, but a lot during the 4th season. They're going to be talking about a lot of history and a lot of this timeline that we just don't know anything about.
That's exactly
between,
what I
like,
wanted.
Yeah.
Between like the founding of Equestria and Luna's banishment and all that stuff, we just don't know anything.
To be fair, yes, possibly. But here's the thing: this picture clearly shows that whatever disaster is occurring, it's happening during the main show timeline. It might not necessarily be.
Well, hold on.
Nightmare Moon,
Look at the
because
look at the Crystal Empire.
It's kind of
Does it still look like it's taken over by what's his face?
like Sombra. But here's the
Sombra?
thing: they actually established that the Crystal Empire had disappeared after the defeat of Sombra.
Oh, you're right.
Wait,
And that
wait,
was while Luna and Celestia were together. So clearly,
No. It was
No,
Sombra's defeat that made the
Empire
Crystal disappear.
yeah, exactly.
Uh,
And remember, it was Luna and Celestia working together that brought down Sombra.
Right.
Guys,
'cause it
so
happened
therefore-
1,000 years ago.
Luna could not have been Nightmare. Like Luna could have been Nightmare Moon while the Crystal Empire was still around, or else, Nightmare Moon and Celestia had to have worked together to take down.
I was fairly certain that they said that.
Like, what
it
I'm
disappeared,
saying
like,
is,
right as Sombra was defeated, it disappeared.
yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Luna and Celestia did together. So unless Nightmare Moon and Celestia teamed up to take down Sombra, that has to have all occurred before Luna became Nightmare Moon.
I have a question.
Which means that this picture of the Crystal Empire, even if it looks messed up, has to be before, either before Nightmare Moon, Return to Nightmare Moon, or after the Crystal Empire's return in the main timeline. Which means that whatever disaster is occurring has to be occurring during the main timeline.
It's not Sombra coming back again, is it? Because I mean, like, his horn fell off and dissolved into
and
the
that's
ground,
a
and there's a
big,
crystal
that's a
on
big
the
thing,
floor
and
there.
everyone's freaking out about that. I seriously don't see him coming back though.
I can see it. They didn't really do
Because
that
in
much.
this
of them.
picture that
The
Creative
one
linked, there's a
villain
little
that actually
crystal
gets
thing.
exploded, and
Yeah,
he's
he was the only one who
that's
got
gonna come back.
completely
But we
obliterated.
did the Chekhov. We got the Chekhov's gun with that, where like it's shown that one piece of him can be used to cause horrible problems, and we deliberately see one piece of him flying off separated from.
I don't think
Yeah.
that's the thing.
I don't
It's
know if it's necessarily a
unlikely.
thing, but like the point is that whatever disaster is occurring is currently happening in the main timeline. That isn't to
I don't
say
know.
that
I think
Hold on,
Sombra's
look.
just
That doesn't
way
necessarily
over-
mean that the Nightmare Moon thing is not happening. Is happening in the main timeline. I'm just saying that there's a disaster that's occurring during the main timeline. that could
Also-
relate back to the Nightmare Moon story that's historical.
Also, yeah, I'm saying like there could be a point where the problem, the solution to the problem, lies in the
history.
past. So
Yeah.
Celestia allows like a quick. It could be like a 30-second flashback for all we know.
Yeah,
You know?
like it could just be like real quick history, like here's a minute of exposition for history.
Exposition.
But yeah, like I kind of doubt the entire premiere episode is going to be nothing but a history lesson with no stakes for the main protagonists.
Well, and yeah, that's probably what it's going to be. But now we also do know, like you said, that it's supposed to be a continuation of Magical Mystery Cure. So it's got to have something to do with Twilight being a princess, and she must be showed this stuff by Celestia for a reason.
Yeah, which means there's probably something horrible happening in the main timeline.
Maybe.
Namely, whatever's blowing up Appaloosa.
I was going to say, you think that, like, what are our speculations as to what the horrible thing is? What do we think it is that's destroying the Crystal Empire and Appaloosa and things like that?
Well, no, I can't see the picture, so I can't tell you for sure now.
Well, yeah,
all
that's
we
a bit
can
of a
see
problem.
is that there's somber style evil crystals all over the Crystal Empire.
And Appaloosa
and
has a
that
giant
Appaloosa is
ass
falling
crack in
into-
it.
Yeah, Appaloosa is falling into a giant pit, and
What?
like adult Cadence is like wearing shining armor's blue band thing
Yeah, his
is
neck
like
warming
looking up
thing.
through a hole in either the clouds or
That's Wendigos.
oh Wendigos. Oh hell yeah.
Are they? Oh, holy crap. Okay.
Yeah, these are Wendigos. Yeah, never mind.
So it's the
So I can
Wendigos.
just
They're
see,
doing
like,
it all.
every villain coming back.
Well, we've already
Discord turns evil again.
Oh,
Well, we know there's not new villains.
Yeah.
That's the point, actually.
Well, we know
Like-
there's going to be a new villain later on, but
Do you
that's
Oh
think-
no, they've already said that there's not in season 4. There's gonna be no new villains.
But there is in the Super Ponies episode. They said there's a new villain.
Well, like villain, like Discord villains,
Well, yeah.
major threat villains.
One thing
Not-
then.
storybook.
Are we
Yeah.
ever going to actually see Discord do anything now that he's good? That's the point.
Probably,
Because
yeah. They have
Well,
said that.
now here's another thing: is
Douglas
that
is coming back.
there have been there's been a lot of speculation about Star Swirl the Bearded,
which is
Yeah.
all BS.
and just a lot of speculation about what
Yeah,
his
the
backstory
idea
is.
that he is actually Discord. Yeah.
That's you can say it's BS,
Mm.
Duha, but that's a very popular
No, it isn't.
canon right now.
Here's the thing.
Just gets popular
like,
doesn't mean it's true. It's all
before
speculation.
season 3 came out, one of the biggest rumors swirling around was a fake audio clip that apparently showed John Delancey revealing that Discord and Star Swirl were the same character. And you know what? It was just BS created by a fan guy trying to play off the rumor, and that spurred the rumor on like crazy, and it turned out to be nothing but a horde of hooey. Because
just going to throw this out here. Duha's just jealous because Starswell has a better beard than him.
he is not. He is a poser and a fake.
But either way, I wouldn't mind seeing more about Star Swirl the Bearded, even if it isn't Discord. It just
I'd like to know
any
who
other
he is.
history would be really
Yeah,
cool.
in fact, I just want to see the history in general because that's the topic that I like anyway, and so seeing it in this would be nice, considering there's so many things which have gone unanswered about their history, which would make for good episode material.
Yeah, there could be some good stuff there. And I actually, here's the thing. As much as I kind of agree that's relative on like we're going to see Sombra back for the thing, considering the fact that they said we're not going to reuse existing villains, we're not going to use new villains. Considering their list of villains, they have Discord, who they just reformed. They have Chrysalis, who was a major villain in the comics, and
Yeah.
they have actually said that basically if any comic arc or story gets too close to an episode, they basically tell the creative team, no, you can't do that one. We're going to make that an episode. So
Right.
you pretty much know that you're not going to do anything with Chrysalis because of that.
Well, she's not going to be a major.
She did get
Yeah,
Team
but they're-
Rocketed in the actual
Yeah,
episode.
they're not going to use her as a main villain because
Right.
they've already established that essentially they've established that they're not going to do a story that goes too close to the comics. The comics use Chrysalis. They're not going to contradict the comics. The comics basically wrapped up Chrysalis.
Well, now hold on a second. Now, you can still use Chrysalis
Yeah.
if she's not the main villain.
True, but like the thing is,
if
we're
you
talking main
did have an
villains.
episode where like you had like several villains come back and team up with one another.
Possible,
That'd be kinda
but-
cool.
Yeah, possible, but I kind of doubt it. Again, they're not going to de-reform Discord just because that would kind of fly in the face of the message of a children's show that no, people are actually monsters no matter what. Like you can't.
Well, The only thing is that I don't quite, because if we're going down the list of things that have been used in the comics, the Nightmare as an entity has already taken over Rarity, so they couldn't use that idea.
They're
And
probably not.
Luna's already confronted the whole idea of that in the comic as well, so
Yeah, I
by
doubt
that logic...
they're going to have Luna back as Nightmare Moon. So basically,
Yeah.
that leaves us primarily, like villain-wise, primarily we have Sombra.
And Chrysalis.
Chrysalis, again, they're not going to use her as a main villain because of what happened before. So they're probably going to, like, if they're not going to bring in a new villain and they're, going to, and they're not, like, basically just full of BS when they say that they're, cutting out any comics that have, they get too close to show episodes. It means that pretty much on the big list of villains, they've got either a history lesson that's all about, the fall of Luna or Sombra returns.
And I
Luna.
would not be against Sombra coming back simply because I'd like to see more of him and actually have him, do something.
Yeah.
Because it was a lot like Nightmare Moon in the fact that we saw him a couple, like for a little bit, and then he just got defeated immediately. Whereas, we obviously know he was feared, and so he must have done some unspeakable acts when he was
they're not unspeakable. We saw what he was doing. He was enslaving his subjects and forcing them to work in crystal mines. Like,
but, I mean, there's got to be more than just that, though.
No, there doesn't. That's horrible. That's slavery and coercion and brutalization of your subjects. Like, that's pretty unspeakably evil.
Yeah, America should know about that all too well. I mean...
Hey, it's a good thing they didn't sell it to us, right?
Oh.
God. Okay, topical.
Also opium.
Don't keep bringing that up. That was one time, okay? You did
one time over 100 years.
You dropped 2 atomic bombs. We didn't do that.
Yeah, okay. Maybe if you could defend yourself, we wouldn't have got involved.
Oh, for God's sake. My point is... what was my point? Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see Sombra back just because I felt like he was... I mean, Nightmare Moon was defeated easily, but I think she was, like... There was some sort of substance to it because she was, pun semi-intended, on her high horse thinking that she was undefeatable. And so didn't act until it was too late. But Sombra literally did nothing. He got held out for most of the time. Then the one time he came in, he got blasted into nothing.
Also, Sombra didn't really have as much motivation or characterization as
the
Nightmare
dialogue that he had was pretty terrible. He's only just a little bit better than Gordon Freeman's voice actor.
Yeah.
And he said about 2 words instead of none.
No, he said 1 word just several times.
No,
Crystal.
Don't over exaggerate it. I mean, I can. I know the lines he says. He says
it was
a
Crystal
couple.
Ponies and mine.
Oh, you're right.
Crystal were the 3 words.
Yeah. Okay. 3 words.
He said my crystal slaves at one point in time.
Yeah, true. Okay, so my crystal. All right. So my crystal slave pony.
We can just about form a sentence out of it. Is basically.
That's like that's it. That's the new name for the show. My Little Slave Ponies.
Crystals
that is probably already a dirty fan fiction.
I'd be more worried about a racist fan fiction.
I'm sure there's one of those too.
Yeah, someone's written it.
Oh, poor Trumpies. I don't even have to ask. I already know. If they have done it, it is their thing.
I'm not even sure what to bleep out in this anymore because half of it's just inappropriate anyway.
I think as long as it's not swearing or directly sexual, we're probably okay.
I'll have to bleep some of the stuff that I said back there then. They'll never know what I said, but it'll be bleeped.
Well, I think they can probably determine sort of logical deductive reasoning.
Well, they might not have any. No offense to anyone watching this.
Our fans are pretty dumb. We love you guys.
I've just thought, should we...
See, now we just lost the other half of it.
There they all go. Out the door. Shall we watch through, and I can put the video up on the actual thing if that's what it comes to. We can do a little commentary. Shall we watch through the season 4 animatics just to refresh our memories, and then we'll talk about it and comment through them.
Let's hold off on that for right now because we're getting actually pretty close to finishing out the time. So I think we can just
the end time.
The end times.
Yeah.
So actually, I have one last question related to season 4 for everyone. What would you like to and not like to see?
Luna, I want to see. Not necessarily her turning back to Nightmare Moon, but if we get to see her turning to Nightmare Moon, then that would be quite a good thing to see.
All right, I do have one thing from the animatic that if it turns out to be true, I would really love to see it in season 4. Which is, it seems like during the Apples to the Core song, it's like Pinkie Pie and the Apple family are going somewhere. Obviously,
Yeah.
they're on a car. They're going somewhere. We don't know where they're going. I would love to see like 3 episodes where you have just different members of the main six. So you have like Pinkie Pie and the Apple family going together, like Twilight, Rarity, and Spike going together, and then Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash going together, and it's like separate trips when they're going to the equestrian games.
Hmm.
So you have like 3 episodes where 3 different groups are going
like-
to the crystal
just
or,
to-
or visiting their families or something. Because I
Just,
know that they said that it is confirmed that Pinky's sisters will make an appearance in
well, yeah.
season
Oh, that's
4. So
pretty cool.
I'm guessing what the Apples and Pinky going together thing has to do with is Pinky reconnecting with her family that she left when she was a little kid.
Just gonna quickly throw this out here. I thought Firebolt Lightning, when you said the Apples to the Core song, I thought you were gonna say I'd really like to see where they're going instead of see. I was like, well, yeah, you'll find that out eventually.
We don't know where
anyway.
they're going either, and I would like to see that. But I'm just I'm just going to guess and say that they're going to the Crystal Empire to see the equestrian games, because you got to think about this. If it's held in the Crystal Empire, everyone is going to be going there, and I bet the trains would be completely packed.
I don't know. I think that's like kind of like taking a little bit like it's logically reasonable, but I don't really see that as being something that they do with the show. Just be like, oh yeah, we're gonna split all the
It would definitely be
train
likely
space.
that. I think it'd be more than likely that she's going to visit her family. Pinky.
Yeah, here's the thing. Yeah, think about it. Like, it's the Apples who've always been kind of the family, group. Like, whenever you do a family episode, it's always about the Apples. They're with Pinky, who is shown to be, like, we've seen her family before. Like, she's one of the few people we've actually really seen her full family, and whose family does not actually live in Ponyville. The song is basically about family, and we've got confirmed that she's going to see her sisters again. So what is the most likely thing? That they're going to the equestrian games with all this family motifs because whatever, we need to put in somewhere, or it's an episode about Applejack helping Pinky reconnect with her family that she hasn't seen forever, and that they're saying about the importance of family.
Well, there's also another theory about that's been going around, saying that at some point in time, Pinky, when her sisters come in, tell her something like she's adopted.
I don't see that.
Being part of the Apple.
No, I do not in any way, shape. No way that's going to happen. Like they've even basically said they're not going to actually go with the fanon that Scoodle is an orphan. So they're not like I don't think they're going to go with like, oh yeah, Pinky's actually adopted.
Pinky and Scoodle are actually sisters.
Yeah, no, I'm not seeing
Make it
that.
So. He's actually the long-lost second cousin of Princess Luna.
No, it's too much.
Yeah,
too much.
Pinky turning out to be adopted is, I'd say probably it might be an interesting thing in a different show, but this is NLP. This is a kid show. I kind of doubt it.
Well, it's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, but like Pinky turning out to be adopted and actually being like the long lost sister, like a long lost member of the Apple family. Yeah, no, I don't see that happening in MLP. Like I see Pinky.
She said her granny's name. She called her granny Granny Pie. It could be Apple Pie. That could be her granny's name.
Yeah, or it could be Rock Pie or something like that. Like the thing.
So you're saying they might all be related?
I don't see that.
No, it's confirmed. Season 4 confirmed. Send it to the presses, so Thistle must hear about it.
Yeah, again, what's more likely, that it's a story about one of the character's secret family ties, or it's about a fun-loving character going back to see her family, touching on the idea.
Why would Applejack and the Apple family go with her?
Because Applejack is the family character, like she is the family person. So basically, what I'm saying is like, Pinky's like, oh yeah, I haven't seen my family in forever. Applejack's like, what? No way, like family.
No, I think Applejack is doing something and Pinky's along for the ride.
Okay,
because otherwise, why would they bring a giant cart with a bunch of
Maybe
stuff?
they're going to visit their parents' graves. Oh, that's very topical.
That'd be dark.
No, maybe. Well, you saw the pictures. Maybe they're going to Appaloosa to help fix it.
Yeah, because it does need some fixing. It's got a giant crack in the middle of it.
They can fix that. Just put some dirt.
Yeah, because they can fix geological landforms like gorgeous chasms.
Oh no, Creative. What would you like to see?
Well, other than Luna,
Yeah.
which I wouldn't mind if like she had her own series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The adventures and misadventures of Princess Luna. Do
The
it.
Luna Chronicles.
Make it now.
I
I'll
wouldn't
commission
mind.
it.
I would really enjoy it if they put in some rarity-centered episodes,
Yes,
Oh, you
thank
would.
That's
God,
confirmed. That's
please.
confirmed.
Yeah, rarity confirmed
but
for best.
not like the classic ones where it's like, oh, I have to get popular. Like I would like some like actual
You like
rarity
a new
stuff,
rarity episode?
not written by like someone who doesn't know the character.
Yeah, that'd be
Well,
nice.
actually, have you guys? Well, okay, for those of you that were at BronyCon or have seen live streams, did you see the writers panel?
Yes.
Because it's like the writers panel, they were talking about what's their favorite character to write for. Almost every single one of them said Rarity.
Yeah,
They
they
love
all love
writing
rarity.
for Rarity.
Yeah, it's weird.
This
Like
just in, rarity confirmed for best pony.
exactly.
Well, I think she is leading the poll on the Hub's website.
Bloody well better be.
She won't be when I finish
Okay,
with it.
so I will
I'll
tell
get
you what
Vincent to hack it.
I'm looking for. I want a Sweetie Belle episode. I want a Sweetie Belle rarity episode, ideally. But like the thing is, we've had
that's
tons of
great.
Apple Bloom
Everything
episodes.
they had it though. They had the Sisterhood.
We had one, and that was kind of more about rarity than Sweetie Belle.
I don't know. I like.
I like that.
Sisterhood of Social was a lot about Sweetie Belle. Are you kidding?
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
lot about her. But like, here's the thing: Apple Bloom has had a ton of episodes just devoted to her. Scootaloo had an episode entirely devoted to her.
Yeah.
Sweetie Belle has had one episode that she shared with Rarity.
Yeah.
You know, she hasn't had.
Scootaloo's episode wasn't all about her.
But
It was
Apple
pretty much all
Bloom's
about
got a cool accent. Scootaloo has no parents. Sweetie Belle
Golden
is
accent.
just, she's like a mini Rarity, and I'm not accepting it.
No,
She can
it's not
sing,
a mini Rarity.
She can sing, yeah.
She's like.
She's the
like,
same color as her.
Yeah, just not the same
She's the
thing.
same color.
If you
She's
swap the
she's just a
hairstyles, it's
mini
basically
marshmallow.
the same character model.
You're fired.
Mini marshmallow.
Yeah, she's a mini marshmallow.
She is
She's
nothing.
bite-sized.
She's like a kid trying to be Rarity. Like that's an entirely different character.
You've been in this for an hour.
Yeah.
That's normal. Actually, these
Yeah,
shows.
an
These
hour
things normally
is
go
the,
on longer, like an hour and a half.
Yeah, an hour is usually the length of the show we
Or
try and
3.
aim for, and we usually overshoot it.
Yeah,
Oh, we always overshoot it.
Yeah,
always.
and forever.
And forever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Sweetie Belle. I don't really see much of her anymore,
No, it's-
which is kind of
Yeah.
what we were saying.
Just don't,
Sweet Belle needs more love, as is
well,
Rarity.
okay, I'm not even gonna say any single one of them. I just want to see a CMC episode again.
I want them
Yeah.
to
I want another
finally
CMC episode.
find their cutie marks.
No,
No. See that just defeats the point of the CMC then.
I know.
can't-
Then I won't have to
Like,
look at them ever again. No, that's not what I mean.
If season 4 is the last season, then yes, I'd like to see them get their cutie marks before the show
Well,
ends.
not necessarily, because they could get it in crusading and just killing everyone with a cutie mark.
yes.
Killing everyone.
Dude, that would be the greatest. Like, okay, not the actual murdering field, but like they actually like find their cutie marks in like
Searching for
crusading.
things.
Yeah,
That would
So that-
like. I'd just like to see them wearing like.
yeah. That's actually Lil Pip's cutie mark is
Yeah.
fun.
I'd like.
There you go.
um,
The
if
cutie
you-
mark crusaders save the world and get their cutie marks.
If you were gonna go with the crusading idea, I would like them to be wearing those like George's Cross like knights uniforms. Like,
I saw that at BronyCon. There was like a couple people who were actually like the cutie mark crusaders as like actual like Knights
Yeah.
Cross crusaders.
So they went over to the Middle East and slaughtered a lot of people. That's nice.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what the CMC are going to be getting.
That's
Cutie
eventually what they're gonna do.
St. George's Cross on a shield with like
Putting the medieval Middle East to the
Yeah.
sword.
it'll be like
So the cutie mark crusaders are Templars.
it'll
Yes.
be a shield with St. George's Cross on it, and it's being crossed by a sword and the crucifix. That'll do.
Yes,
I like it.
that is
Make
that
it
is
happen.
in no way going to be going to be incredibly offensive, and absolutely Hasbro will like
No,
allow
I
that.
think it'll go down really well in a country which is still like primarily focused on Christianity. I think that'll be a perfect thing to do.
Like Canada.
Yeah,
Canadian?
that's the one. No, it's the giant one that eats hamburgers next door. That's the one.
Mexico's not next to Canada.
I know it isn't. I'm talking about America. Come on, learn your geography. See, I told you were all unintelligent. That proves it right there. You don't even know where your own country is.
It's right
Okay,
next
okay.
to Cuba.
Lightning, unfortunately, and this is I'm not Duhat, I'm not making a shot at you because I know you know where the U.S. is. But seriously, it was said that like a fourth of the U.S.
Yeah.
population doesn't know where the U.S. is on a world map,
I remember seeing that.
and it's
somewhere,
just oh my god.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
I
kind
wouldn't be surprised if there were some people in England that were the same, but I don't get how you can not locate your own country. Some maps even have the name of the country written on it. In fact, most maps do.
I think the point of a map
yeah.
is that it has the right
Yes.
label.
How
Yeah,
can
that's
you
the thing,
not
like,
locate it on a
yeah.
map?
Well, here's the thing. I've actually seen like people like there was like this thing that like these guys did like they were walking around town like a news show thing, like
Yeah,
a
I think
parody
I've seen
show.
this. Yeah.
And like, they did this both in England and the U.S. and they just like found people who weren't able to locate various countries on a map, and then they were asked to find their own country. And while both countries had people who couldn't find their own country, I found it significantly less depressing to find out that some people in England couldn't find a relatively small dot in Europe, and compared with the people who couldn't find the giant highlighted America,
Yeah. I was
yeah,
going to say,
sitting
I remember
taking most of the
seeing.
continent.
I remember seeing a video similar to that. There were some Australian news presenters. They went out and asked. They were saying which country do you think poses the most threat, and some of them picked like Iran and things like that, or Iraq. And
Yeah.
then he said, "So would you like to locate it on a map?" And they put Iran, like the label for it, over Australia, and so they all put like a pin mark on Australia. And then he asked one couple, so which direction do you think would be the best one to attack from? South, south, north, east, thing like. And they just were like completely blank. They didn't know what direction was what. So
I mean,
yeah,
admittedly, yeah, like they have to like ask like 30 people, and like out of those like one person who screws it up. But
yeah,
even
they
so,
had
like it's
edited out
Well, I
all the
mean,
people who did
now
answer it correctly.
Lightning, I have no idea what kind of like American television you guys see over there. But have you
Very.
ever seen any kind of like Jay Leno?
No, not really.
No.
We don't really have
Okay.
much American TV over here. We have like occasional soap
yeah.
operas, and I guess, or
Oh,
whatever.
actually,
Jay Leno is a
Comedies.
nice is a night talk show host over here, and he does something called jaywalking, where he literally they go out on the streets and just ask random people, usually political based questions or whatever, and the answers that people give are just ridiculous. People don't even know who our president is,
yeah.
and
God.
it's kind of depressing.
The only
Yeah.
thing that I saw which equaled that in badness was they asked a kid in Manchester, I think it was, how many pennies there were in a pound, and obviously it's 100. It's like, but he didn't know. He like couldn't figure it out, and he like spent 10 minutes trying to count how many were in a pound. It's like a cent, and having,
That's just
there
tragic.
are problems with this country as well as America, but America seems to have them highlighted a hell of a lot more.
Yeah. A little
Yeah,
bit.
American television likes to point out the dumbest people in our community.
Yeah.
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 We just kind of sweep them under the rug and then get out cups of tea.
We have a
And it's
show
fine.
that we have a show called "Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?" which
Oh
is
yeah, we've got one called "Are You Smarter Than a 10-Year-Old?"
okay.
Yeah.
And it's just
Like you're see like the original Borat sketches from the Ali G show. That the whole point is going to people in the U.S. and England and asking them really simple questions, or like presenting them with a really dumb like idea, and then just watching them dig themselves into a giant hole.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think the problem with the "Are You Smarter Than a 10-Year-Old?" thing is that some of the questions are perfectly legitimate and the people should be disappointed in themselves that they can't answer it. But some of them are questions that people forget because they're not in school anymore and they don't use it every day, whereas the kids have already been learning it for like a year and it's still in their minds. I mean, I can't even remember what happened yesterday, so I wouldn't be any good on that show. I genuinely can't. I'm trying to think back. I can't. It's slightly worrying, but I genuinely
I
can't.
worked all day yesterday.
I think I was asleep for some of it, but I don't remember.
I think I slept in the past 24 hours, but
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not 100%
pretty
sure.
sure, but I
I
can't
know
remember.
all that period, all that sleeping period is kind of a blur for some reason.
Yeah, I just
I
can't seem
can't
to
remember
remember.
much of it.
Apparently you dream quite a lot when you sleep, but you just don't remember it.
Yeah. It's
So this is a pony podcast, right?
well, technically it's all things pony and a few things not.
Yeah, there's a few things not. Unfortunately, we've gone
Except
for
for this one,
all
it was
things
about
not and a
90%.
few things pony.
Um,
A few things pony and a lot of things not.
Yeah.
yeah.
The
So
majority
let's
is
try
women.
and end on a slightly more pony note.
Just say
Should
pony over
we
and over again.
advertise?
Yeah. Was it?
Should we advertise?
Oh yeah, sure. Let's advertise something.
Go
Do you
for it.
like ponies?
Yeah.
Well, do you like artwork involving ponies?
Depends whether it's Rule 34 or not.
It isn't.
Oh. I mean, that's good. Then.
Do you like the website called Tumblr and its ability to create, high quality art that's delivered to you for free?
No, because
No.
there's a lot of pornography on it, and the rest of it is just very scary imagery.
Okay, well, do you
I
like
don't
it when
know.
it isn't?
Yes, I
I
like
like
it
Acid
then.
Crusaders.
Acid Crusaders is the Jan animation one.
I like
Yes.
it when
Yeah,
it's not all of those
yeah.
things which you said.
Well, Jan can go and suck something. Positive taste. Anyway, so yes. Well, if you like those things and not want to waste your time with Jan Animation's stupid Tumblr, then Creative's got something to tell you.
Oh. Hi, everyone. Wow.
Sounds like an old
Um,
man. You like
I'm
90?
working on a comic, and yeah, I'm working on a comic with ponies, and Duhad can tell you the rest.
And it's being worked on as well by members of the Philly Games art crew, including Cotton Candy of the only Cotton Candy Tumblr, and Multipony of insert here.
Yeah, we don't know.
Creative is also
Been
one of the
redacted.
artists, and me, Duhad, is the writer.
Lightning is
Check it
helping to
out.
edit,
Lightning Rabbit is editor.
Editor of what?
even though
Editor.
I am
Wait,
helping
hold on.
to edit and proofread the
writing.
story.
And I don't do anything.
Yeah,
So,
I am also a
whether you're old fan
artist.
of Tumblr art comic or new fan looking for quality, check out Tumblr comic when it comes out, which is not now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some
It's
sort of
like,
motion
uh,
graphic for
Ooh.
that because I think it
If you want to
deserves
keep,
one.
if you want to keep up on the comic and on updates and stuff before it actually comes out for the first post, you can hit me up on my Twitter at CreativityIP or on my DeviantArt, which I don't update as much, which Lightning should be putting on the screen right now.
Hmm?
You can also contact me through my Tumblr, which is the same handle name as Creativepony. Basically, what we're wanting to do is have a long story arc for the comic, but it will, at a certain point, be user driven,
Yeah, to
so you can ask
to-
questions and stuff to
give
change where the
commands.
story goes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You can ask questions or give commands to help affect the way the story goes. And
Yeah,
the story
very
is
similar,
really
very
well
similar
done.
to what Moonstuck did, except it's not as
not as
black and white.
yeah.
Haha, didn't. Okay, yeah. So
Slightly less
similar to that.
silly, and with more colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, also not in video form.
Moonstuck isn't in video form.
I no, is it?
No,
Yeah,
no,
it is.
yeah, it's originally a Tumblr. Well, I mean, there's a video version of it, but it was originally a Tumblr comic.
Not really a
Well, yeah.
Tumblr.
Yeah.
I'm
Point
just saying
is,
that it could be a video form at some point in time.
okay, yeah. Point is though that it's going to be it's initially going to be a comic, and
voice act for Lyra after we do that.
yeah, well, yeah, we have Lyra and the CMC as main characters. So if you like those characters, you
Hmm.
will love this piece.
Are
If you
there
like
any?
movies, you'll love this.
Are there any other places that people want to plug while we're here?
Well, it sounds like you want to.
Well, you can find me on DeviantArt at A014. Hang on a second, I can't remember what it's called.
Just post the darn link in the description box.
No, I need to do the name. A01421. You can find me on YouTube at LightningRabbit010K. You can find me on. No, I'm gonna have to
Oh my God.
blank. I'm gonna have to blank that. They can't hear that.
By the way, so yeah, Lightning said something
Oh
extremely
my
naughty,
God.
but we'll not bleeped out.
Uh-oh.
Firebolt. Anything you'd like to plug shamelessly?
Shameless plug number 432. If you do you like fanfics?
No.
Do you not
Yeah.
like reading them though because they're too long?
Yeah.
If you do,
Well-
check out Duhod8 on YouTube.com for the reading of Spyro.
Oh, he stole your
Wrong.
plug.
That's not where you go. You want to go to Indubitably Pwnafide on YouTube and check out all of my voiced fanfic readings because they're voiced and they're not like Duhod's channel.
Which are also
Which are
voiced.
also voiced.
In fact, Firebolt is one of the readers, so I'm not sure why he's trying to turn you away.
Voiced is different. I have voice actors actually doing the dialogue for the characters.
Yeah, and I'm actually producing works that are coming out. Zing!
Yes.
All right, no, seriously though, check out both channels because they are both full of wonderful fan fiction and delightful audios. Anyway, for shamelessly selling out end to end, this has been Duhad.
I've been Lightning Rabbit, and I said things I shouldn't have.
And I'm Firebolt.
I'm Creativpony.
And we'll see you all next time.
Oh wait.
Oh,
No,
I just wanted to
ignore
say-
it.
I just wanted to say goodbye.
oh, okay, say goodbye.
You stop. You just
Bye.
said goodbye. I'm doing that. You're just trying to
All
stall
right.
us.
All right, Creative says goodbye. Okay, bye everybody.
Bye.
No wait.
I mean, for God's sake.
I'm gonna put that in the description.
Okay. Is it
No,
done?
don't.
Are
I
we done?
might put that. No, I can't even put it. Yeah, we're done.